Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm sure you can tell where I am right now. I am in the bush, and today I'm going to be practicing with a 16-inch Estwing axe. It says 16 inches, but when you measure it, it's actually 18.75. So I am accustomed to using a hatchet, but today I'm out here to learn and practice more of bushcrafting skills. So today again I'm focusing on using an axe. So once I get to my location and set up, I'm going to bring you back into the picture. So in the meantime, I'm going to trek onto a site and I'll see you there. All right, YouTubers, I am at my campsite. I just arrived here. I've set up my rucksack. And also, if this is your first time here, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter. And my channel is about learning and practicing bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills. Very, very important information to know when you are in the bush or you're just out hunting. But let me just show you real quickly, trying to stay organized. When you come into the bush, I always have quite a bit of things because I always like to prepare for any situation. I don't ever want to be thrust into a survival situation because of lack of preparation. So what I've done so far is I always hang my rucksack off the ground. You can see it's hung here from a tree. I do have items in this bag. I have a fire kit. One of the first aid kits. Solar battery packs. One there. One here. Food right here. More Gatorade. And this is my walking staff. If you've been to my channel before, you know the purpose of this. But again, this is to fend off predators if necessary, or self-defense. It also assists in walking. This will allow me to always have 2 points of contact on the ground at all times. 2 points of contact. It also comes with a sheet that has a ferrocerium rod. So a very good tool to have. Now today, in learning and practicing, I'm going to be practicing with a axe. Here are the tools that I'm going to use today, which is a 18-inch push-pull D-ring fiskars. Here is the axe that I'm going to be using, which is an Estwing, and they advertise it as being 16 inches, but from this point to this point is 18 and a half. This is the knife that I will be using. It is a Condor Mountain Pass camp knife. Of course, it is a fixed blade, full tang. It is a has a double bevel on it. And the knife that I'm going to be using for carving is a special operations group known as SOG. And I'm going to give a full review of this knife in a separate video, but it has a 4.1-inch blade, very nice rubberized grip, and the sheath allows you to cut paracord. So I'll go into detail more on that because I think it deserves its own time. I'm also using a shovel, which I'm going to make my fire pit from. And of course, one of the most important things are gloves. Here is a pair of cloth gloves. Here is a pair of leather gloves. And that is the sheath to the hatchet, to the axe. But I want to say real quickly, when it comes to gloves, gloves are another layer of skin. I wear gloves into the bush, which are the fabric gloves, but when I do cutting, I'm using leather gloves. I'm going to go into detail more so on another video, but I just wanted to show you my setup right now, and this is something that is called being as organized as you can, because you may know that you can lay something down in the bush and you may never see it again. So with that said, guys, I'm going to set up a tarp right now, and then I'm going to get to harvesting and processing some wood. Hey guys, I got my camp set up. So now the next thing that I am going to do is dig a fire pit, because once I harvest the wood and process it, I want the pit to be ready to go. So here's a quick look again. This is just a lean-to with an apron over it. In the event that it rains, but I don't anticipate any rain. But if it rains, I'm prepared. So again, quickly, I have everything lined out that I'm going to be using. Again, gloves, very important. Something to sit on. Hydration. My grill. The baton that I made. Or the baton. My shovel. The axe that I'm going to use. The saw that I'm going to use. And in my pocket is a SOG. Special Operation Group. And if you notice this SOG, it does have has an area that you can cut cord with. So again, I'm going to go into more detail on this with its own video. But I want you guys to see, again, coming into the bush, it's work, but it's fun work. I encourage every person, if you are into bushcrafting, go out in the bush, practice what you've learned. See how well you can perform it. Find out why things work, how they work, why things don't work, and how to correct that. So again, it's time for me to dig a pit so that when I harvest and process the wood, it is ready. All right, guys, I'm not sure how well you can see the pit, but the pit is ready. But I'm going to show you, that's the pit. So I'm going to show you the log that I'm going to harvest. And this log is going to supply all of the wood that I'm going to use today. All right, so let me get started. I'm going to saw a large portion, and then I'm going to split that portion up. All right, guys, so I'm cutting this. It's a good thing that I have a saw that cuts on the downstroke as well as the upstroke. All right, I'm halfway through this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this off camera and then I'm going to cut the other end. Hey guys, let me show you the two large pieces of wood I just cut with this Fiskars push-pull saw. It took me quite some time, but these are the two logs that I'm going to be splitting. And unfortunately one has a knot, but that's okay. You look at the rings in this, hope you can see the rings. But I am going to use these two to split with the axe. And I'm also going to chop some of the limbs over there with the axe. So let me take these to my fire pit and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys, I'm going to be starting with this limb or this branch on this down tree with the Estwing hatchet. So let's just see how well it performs. All right, guys, the axe bites very deep, as you can see from there. So I am going to, as you can see, I'm going to bulk this up, process some more of it, take it over to my camp and process it. So let's start with the next piece. All right, I hope you guys can see me from here. I'm going to take this limb out right here. You always want to chop, have the axe or the tool on the opposite side of you in case it bounces. It won't hit you. That was just a good example of the axe bouncing. Had I been on the other side, I could have possibly injured myself. That's why it's always good to be on the opposite side that you're chopping. One more. All right, guys, just want to let you know the Estwing axe advertised as 16 inches. However, reality 18.75 inches. It has done well. This is the first time I ever used it, but I'm going to gather the branches that are harvested. I'm going to take them over to my campsite, and then I'm going to process them. I'll see you at camp. Hey guys, I finally made it back to camp, bringing all that wood over. I only had to bring it over maybe 15 yards, but here it is. This is what I'm going to process right here with the Estwing, along with those two large logs. So let me position you and start the process. All right, I'm going to start bulking this down just as practice. Again, guys, it's always good to wear gloves, leather gloves. Helps you with a better grip, especially if your tool is wet. The glove becomes essential, at least for me it does. Just adjusting the lanyard. This is not going to be difficult at all. It bites very deep. So far, I think this is a very, very good tool. Very good for wood processing. All right, guys, I'm gonna bulk the rest of this up. I'm gonna show you the pile, and then I'll start on the main two. All right, guys, here comes the main part that I've been looking forward to. What I'm going to do is split these logs into very small pieces of wood. I'm going to start by just hitting the outer edges. And I have wood at the bottom in the event that I miss my strike. So I'm going to be aiming for this end of the wood, the opposite end of me. I'm just going to go around and I'll show you what happens next. Again, this axe bites very deep. This would be a lot easier if I had a chopping block. A few more times. Now what I'm going to do, start hitting the outer edges. Let's try that again. That's why I have the wood here. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me get the lanyard position. It does bite very deep. One of the reasons that it bites so deeply is because of the profile of the blade. Very, very hard wood. Okay, let's try it from the side again and see. I can hear it cracking. Again, this is a more or less of a felling axe for breaking fibers. I'll try from the other end. As you see, it is starting to split. There we have our first piece. Take some more around the edges. I'll take one more swing at this, and then I'll bring you back once I've completed it. Okay guys, so I'm going to bring you back once I have completed this and process it further. Hey guys, this is the wood that I just split from a log this size. It was a lot of work. I had to resort to actually making a wedge, a wood wedge, to help me split it. I end up having to get it stuck on the edge of the blade and actually turn it over. But since I have it down to this small a portion, I'm going to make it even smaller so that I can make kindling. But it was a lot of work. This is the reason why I constantly say, get out, learn, and practice. So you see the idea of what I'm doing now. After I have made these into a smaller pieces of wood. I'm going to show you the feather sticks that I'm going to make, or the curls. So let me just make some smaller pieces. Yeah, this it was a lot of work. Again, I had to make a wedge to help me split this wood, but this is all part of learning. Practice it and learn. So going to make some curls. Simply by actually, I'm going to need something to put these on to catch the curls. is what it's turning out to be. Feather sticks. So I'm going to make quite a few of these. So we do know it makes feather sticks. I am now going to make a fire. All right, guys, and then I'm going to come talk to you more about this axe. But now I'm going to make a fire. Hey guys, it's been really nice working with that axe. Has a lot of potential. I'm going to enjoy that. You're going to see it on many more videos. But in the meantime, it's time to make a fire. I am ready to eat. So let me put you in focus. And I'm going to make this fire. Let's see if you can see me okay. I am going to resort to a larger ferrocerium rod. Okay, we're going to resort to some cotton balls and Vaseline because this is somewhat wet. Okay, let's try it. There we go. A rather large feather sticks. Another feather stick. One more feather stick, which is very large. Okay, so we have our fire going. and I'm gonna let this burn down to some nice coals. But guys, I just want to let you guys know, you got to get in the bush and practice. So in the meantime, I'm going to wait for some coals, and it's going to be time to eat. Hey guys, I am just out here in the bush again, just having some fun. Actually, I'm preparing a meal right now, and from all the wood that I harvest, it's like I could really use some calories now. But I'm just gonna make a quick meal. You can see I have some water that's it's gonna be boiling pretty soon, and then I'm gonna have me something that's really quick. Pasta sides, cheesy cheddar rotini pasta in a creamy cheddar cheese flavor sauce with other natural flavors. So it's very quick. Just put 2 cups of water in there, let it come to a boil, add this in. But yeah guys, I am just out here again. I was practicing with that Estwing axe. I really do like it. It's going to take some getting used to, but you know, one of the things that I just noticed is that the handle says it is 70%, let me just get it, 70% shock resistance. And by me wearing gloves, I didn't feel any shock whatsoever. But yeah, this thing has a very narrow profile, but it splits. There was times I had to actually sink this into the wood and bring it back over my head and let the wood fall on it. But you know, it's a process of learning. So you're going to see me with this a lot more than my 13-inch hatchet. This again is an axe, and they say the difference between a hatchet and an axe is that a hatchet, you can wield it with one arm, one hand, whereas with this one they say it takes 2. But I was able to do some things with one hand as well. I also made you'll see I made feather sticks from it. But yeah, the main purpose was to come out here today and really give myself a test and see how well I can make this axe perform. And it, you know, this is my 3rd Estwing. I have the hatchet, I have this one which is 18.75 inches, and I have the 26-inch axe, which I haven't brought it out yet. But yeah guys, I'm just out here practicing. You really have to come out in the bush and practice. If it's something that you really like, I mean, nothing takes the place of actually coming out here. You're all by yourself. Everything depends on you. So are you able to do the things that you practice at home? Are you able to do the things that you see other content creators like Sean Kelly, you know, Corporate Corner, Dave from Really Big Monkey, Dave Canterbury, Cold Cracker, all of those guys, Survival Living, Lily, Vanessa Blank over in Germany. You know, when you see the things that they do in the weather, and you come out here and try it, what people don't realize, there is a lot of time that goes into that. As a matter of fact, just setting up the tarp. You know, setting up the tarp, getting organized, trying to stay organized, things like that. But guys, I see some water that's beginning to have a rolling boil. So I'm going to do what's necessary and keep a close eye on that and have me a meal. So guys, I'm going to come back and chat with you after my meal. Take care. See you in a few. Well, YouTubers, I've had a nice meal. I've packed. I've really enjoyed using the Estwing axe. the 16-inch axe. Great axe. We'll be using it much more. So I'm out of here until my next adventure. Hopefully we'll be an overnighter. So I'm signing out. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter. And remember, like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we are all of a kin in some form of fashion. Get out and enjoy the bush. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing out. Thanks for your support. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.